When most players think of a Holy Fire build, they picture a paladin passively walking through while the aura does the heavy lifting. But what happens when you take that exact legendary aura stock, hand it to a sorceress, and back it up with a maxed out active fire arsenal? You get the Holy Wildfire. This isn't a passive meme build, and it isn't your standard melee enchantress either. By leveraging the Sorceress Fire Mastery, we scale a level 44 Holy Fire Aura Pulse to extreme levels, while actively scorching the map with Blaze and melting high health targets under devastating firewalls. If it moves, it burns. Make no mistake, this is an incredibly expensive build to create. Between multiple high-end rune words and specialized endgame pieces, the price tag is steep, but the return on investment is a level of screen-melting power you won't find anywhere else. Welcome back to Onshift Gaming. Today, we are deploying the ultimate guide to the Holy Wildfire Sorceress, giving you the exact blueprints for the skill tree, stat distribution, endgame gear composition, and full mercenary optimization. To make this untamable wildfire work, we have to start with how we allocate our points to force these mechanics to scale. Let's dive straight into the skill tree progression. Navigating this skill tree requires a specific leveling roadmap to ensure your damage scales smoothly before your endgame gears takes over. From level 1 to level 18, focus on building your foundation. Allocate 8 points into Warmth for early mana recovery and future synergy value. Put 5 points into Blaze to start burning down early game acts, and place 1 point into Firewall the second it unlocks. For utility, grab 1 point each into Telekinesis and Teleport for essential positioning, and place 1 point into your remaining prerequisite fire skills. As you push from level 18 to level 30, your offense ramps up significantly. Bring Firewall up to level 10 to melt mid-game bosses. You will also unlock your core survivability tool by grabbing Energy Shield. Pick up your massive passive damage amplifier in Fire Mastery and drop 1 point each into Hydra and Meteor to act as your 1 skill point wonders for extra battlefield control. Once you cross level 30, the endgame blueprint takes full effect. Your immediate priority is to max out Firewall for absolute raw damage. Next, max out Fire Mastery to passively skyrocket both your active spell damage and the pulses from your future gear aura. From there, max out Warmth to lock in the maximum synergy bonuses for both Firewall and Blaze, and then max out Blaze itself to turn your movement into a lethal trail of destruction. Finally, split your remaining endgame points to bring both Telekinesis and Energy Shield to level 10, solidifying a robust mana shield defense that keeps you aggressive. Now that our skills are optimized to amplify every single point of fire damage, we need a physical foundation capable of sustaining this active playstyle. Let's look at how we allocate our stats distribution. For your stats, the goals are straightforward and optimized to support our active playstyle and energy shield. First, get your strength up to 106. This is the exact requirement needed to wear your endgame gear pieces. Keep in mind, you will want to reset and optimize this stat later once your final gear provides enough passive attribute bonuses to cover that requirement. Next, set your vitality to a fixed value of 160. This is non-negotiable. Even when you respec your character down the line, put it right back to 160 to ensure you have a reliable health cushion against heavy spikes. Finally, throw all the remaining points entirely into energy. Because we are running Energy Shield, your mana pool acts as your primary life bar. Maximizing energy gives you a massive tank to absorb damage and sustain continuous casting. With our attributes locked in, we can now look at the specific items that bring this build to life. Let's break down the equipment. When it comes to the equipment, this gear composition is precisely tuned to build a devastating aura stack while boosting your active fire damage and survivability. For our weapon, we are running the Hand of Justice runeword inside a crystal sword base. This weapon brings a level 16 Holy Fire aura to the table and strips away 20% of your enemy's fire resistance. For our armor and shield slots, we run dual dragon runewords. The armor is socketed in a mage plate, though an archon plate is even better if it's available to you. And as for the shield, it is built into a troll nest, which is the absolute best base for a fire sorceress. Both dragon pieces grant a level 14 Holy Fire aura alongside heavy defense, solid strength attributes, and extra mana. Combined with your weapon, this setup stacks into a lethal level 44 Holy Fire aura, which is heavily amplified by your maxed out Fire Mastery. For your headgear, you need a Flickering Flame for its plus 3 to fire skills and its ability to further break down enemy fire resistances. I chose a Bone Visage base simply to match the aesthetic of the Troll Nest shield, but any 3 socket helm works if looks don't matter to you. Rounding out the armor pieces, Mage Fist is the obvious choice for the gloves to gain an additional point in all fire skills. For your boots, we use Alder's Advance, which provides a massive 40% faster run walk speed to drive our active playstyle, alongside a significant boost to your life pool and fire resistance. To solidify our survivability, the belt slot goes to the Immortal King's detail for its heavy injection of both lightning and fire resistances. Our jewelry is purely focused on scaling our skill levels. We use Mara's Kaleidoscope Amulet for the +2 to all skills and the all resistances bonus, paired with 2 Stone of Jordan rings. It goes without saying that you must carry a Fire Sunder charm in your inventory to break the immunities of healthier monsters so your aura and active spells can actually melt them. And on your weapon swap, you want Call to Arms to cast battle commands and battle orders for that massive health and mana buff, paired with any shield that grants at least +1 to all skills. With our own gear optimized to turn the screen into an inferno, we need to look at the companion supporting us from the front lines. Let's break down the Mercenary setup. To complement this active playstyle, we are recruiting an Act 2 Desert Mercenary equipped with a Prayer Aura. This passive healing engine constantly patches up any chip damage our Sorceress sustains, allowing you to focus entirely on maintaining your momentum. For his gear, we start with the Infinity Runeword as his weapon. The level 12 Conviction Aura from Infinity heavily suppresses both the physical and elemental resistances of nearby monsters. This drastically amplifies the damage of our level 44 Holy Fire Pulses, Firewalls, and Blaze Trails. For his headgear, we use the Cure Runeword Helm. This grants a cleansing aura that rapidly clears poison and curse durations from your character. Crucially, cleansing actively synergizes with the Mercenary's natural prayer aura, effectively doubling his passive healing output. And finally, for his chest armor, we equip Treachery. The massive increase to faster attack speed ensures he hits his frame breakpoints to constantly stagger enemies, while the Fate proc grants him massive physical damage reduction and all resistances to stay standing. Combined with the double passive healing, he becomes an incredible durable frontliner without needing traditional life leech. With our companion perfectly geared to break defenses and keep us healthy, it's time to put all of these pieces together. Let's head out and showcase the Holy Wildfire Sorceress in action. Before you enter the fray, you need to execute your pre-buff routine. Swap to your Call to Arms set and cast Battle Command followed by Battle Orders to maximize your health and mana pools. Next, cast Energy Shield and Blaze while your skill levels are at their peak. Then swap right back to your main weapon to lock in your level 44 Holy Fire Aura. Once you hit the map, the combat loop is highly dynamic. For trash mobs and low health monsters, you can simply run past them. The Holy Fire Aura pulses will automatically clean them up. For any targets that survive the initial aura waves, cast Firewall and Meteor directly into their path one after the other. If anything is still standing after that burst, simply retreat. Your Blaze Trail and Aura pulses will melt their remaining health while you position safely. This build shines when you're using skills tactically to control the environment. When approaching blind corners, cast a proactive Firewall to instantly incinerate hidden enemies lurking out of sight. When you encounter high health heralds or dangerous elite packs, drop a Hydra to snipe them down from a distance. Then aggressively layer the ground beneath them with Firewall, Meteor, and your Blaze Trail to stack your active damage sources. Finally, you can use Blaze to set up lethal choke points and traps. Run in tight circles or patterns to drop multiple overlapping layers of flaming ground in an area. Once the field is set, lure the monsters into the trap and compound the destruction by layering Meteor, Firewall, and Hydra right on top of them. Nothing in hell can withstand that much concentrated fire. Through it all, just remember that there is a silent killer in the background. That level 44 Holy Fire Aura is constantly ticking every 2 seconds. With its massive 32-yard radius, the aura reaches well past the edges of your screen, relentlessly shaving off enemy health bars before they even know you're there. And that wraps up the full breakdown for the Holy Wildfire Sorceress. It takes the classic passive aura concept and turns it into a high APM tactical powerhouse that melts everything a screen and a half away while you blanket the battlefields in flames. If you enjoyed this build guide and want to see more creative endgame character setups after that 100% completion grind, make sure to drop a like on the video and hit that subscribe button. Let me know down in the comments how this build performs in your favorite terror zones or if you're running a different gear based variation. Thank you all for watching. This is Onshift Gaming and I'll see you in the next one.